Hi, my name is Miles, and welcome to the After You Apply video. So I'm in medical science and I'm from Toronto, and I went through this application process recently, so I really hope I can be helpful to all of you today. In this video, we're going to talk about what happens after you submit your OUAC application. If you haven't applied yet, check out the How to Apply YouTube video on this YouTube video playlist first. So this video has specific advice for Ontario high school students, known as Group A students. So if you aren't an Ontario high school student, you can find the video with the most useful guidance to you where you found this one, or in our How to Apply YouTube playlist. Okay, let's get started with what happens after you apply for Ontario high school students. Applying can feel like a big relief and a big achievement, but there are a few more steps that you need to take. After you apply, you will get an email from the OUAC with a confirmation number. Western will get your application and then set you up with a Western student number. This can take a few days, then you'll get an email from Western. It will give you instructions for your next steps, which indicate activating your Western identity. This gives you access to Student Center. It's important you log into your Student Center because Student Center is filled with useful resources. They'll actually also use it throughout your time here at Western if you become a student. For now, you'll find the up-to-date information about your application in the admissions section. Today, we're going to cover three important parts of Student Center. Under applications, you'll see the status of your application. You'll find any task you need to complete in your to-do list, and letters is a spot for official communications. Let's start with applications. This is where you can see your application status. When you apply, it will say application received. If you receive an offer, it will say offered. Congratulations. If you accept an offer, it will say offer accepted. You can select the application to learn more about the status too. In the View Letters tile, you might see communications like your official offer letter, scholarship information, or your IB and AP transfer credit. These are credits that you can use towards a Western degree. You'll need a 4 in your AP exams or at least a 5 in the higher level courses for your full IB diploma to be considered for a transfer credit. On Student Center, you'll see your to-do list. Now, you might have items on your to-do list, but the majority of you will not have items on there. That's because Western receives your high school grades through the OUAC website. Your high school submits them there. So you don't have to worry about grades unless you're taking courses at another school that isn't your regular day school. If you do have items on your to-do list, this is what it would look like. This list has anything we might need in order to assess your application. Every item has detailed instructions for how to send it to us. For example, some documents will need to be uploaded directly to Student Center. When an item is added in your to-do list, it will say missing. So when you first log in, if there's anything on your to-do list, it will be missing. If you upload the item, it will say pending. If an admissions officer has taken a look at the item and confirmed it's what we need, it will say received. The items never disappear from your list, but if it says received, then you don't have to take any further actions. You'll notice that each item has a recommended submission date. Sometimes you might not have the item in time to meet this date, and that's okay. It's a recommended submission date. Western will still accept items after the date, but remember, admissions officers need the item to assess your application. So the longer you take to submit, the longer it takes for your application to be reviewed. Okay, there's one other thing you need to do, and that's to check if you need to submit any supplemental requirements. You might have noticed that your program had additional requirements when you applied, but now it's a good time to double check. Supplemental requirements are additional forms, portfolios, or auditions outside of your OUAC application that you submit directly to Western. For example, the Ivy AEO application or visual arts portfolio. You also have the option to submit additional forms about you, like the special consideration form, which you should use if there's extenuating circumstances affecting your grades. You can find a full list of forms with deadlines at welcome.uwo.ca/forms. So you have applied on OUAC and submitted any supplemental requirements and logged into your Student Center. Now you wait for an offer. Let's talk about offers of admission. Western has offer rounds between December and May. You probably heard your grade 12 grades are important. And that's true. Western gives you an offer of admission. It's conditional on your final grade 12 marks. So for your final admission average, the one that Western calculates for you to meet your conditions, it will be based on your 6, 12U or M level courses, including required courses for the program. One thing to note here is that for repeated courses, if you have 2 repeats, Western will take the highest of the 2. If you have 3 or more repeats, then they will take an average of your attempts. So most of you won't have 6, 12U or M classes when you start to make your offers in December, and that's okay. If you don't have all your grade 12 courses in progress or you haven't completed many, Western can make offers based on very high grade 11 marks or a combination of grade 11 and 12 marks. Every time there is an offer round, they will take into consideration whatever grades are available from grade 12 and grade 11. So there are 2 important things to remember. Western reviews your application with every round. If you submit your application in November and there is a round of offers in December and your grades don't meet what we're looking for, no problem. Western will check again within the next round. Western will not look at you once and deny you. Admission officers will continue reviewing your application all the way till the end of May. Now, it's important that your course enrollment information is up to date. This means the OUAC is showing courses that you've taken and accurately shows the course that you will take. This is very important if there are required courses for the program that you are applying to. We must see that you're enrolled in it. It doesn't have to be completed for you to receive an offer of admission, but you do have to be enrolled in it. It's also important if you're planning on taking a course at a school that isn't your regular day school. You make sure that the information is updated and accurate on the OUAC. That is your responsibility. So let's say because you were all great and brilliant that you get an offer of admission. The first thing that you will do is to log into your offer portal. This is choose.uwo.ca. You will get the link when you receive an offer. And this portal has everything you need to know about your offer. It's important to log in because Western will not send you anything in the mail. This portal is your offer, and it has your offer letter in it. You can start looking into things like housing, finances, courses, but most importantly, there is a tile for your admission conditions. Most offers are conditional. The offer of admission letter will outline what your conditions are and how to submit documents. In many cases, this means that you will need to complete your diploma and keep your grades up. If you're worried about reaching your conditions, reach out to Western as soon as possible for advice on what to do next. Now, if you receive an offer to Western, there's a very important step to take, and that is to accept your offer. You accept your offer the same way you applied, through the OUAC website. You will know you did it right when OUAC sends you a confirmation number. A couple days later, you will see a change on the choose.uwo.ca and on your Student Center. It is very important that you accept your offer before your deadline. If you don't, you could lose your offer. Most Ontario high school students will have a deadline of June 2nd, but you may have a different deadline than someone else, so be sure to check for yourself. You'll be able to find your deadline to accept on choose.uwo.ca and in all your letters. Okay, let's recap. After you apply, you will log into Student Center, check your application status and to-do list, submit your supplemental requirements if you haven't already, and after you receive an offer, you will log into your offer portal. Be sure you understand all the admissions conditions, accept your offer before your deadline, and submit final documents. Okay, I hope this video was helpful and that you feel more confident waiting for your offer. If you have any questions, you can ask an admissions officers at our online chat at westernchat.uwo.ca. You can speak to me or another current student at welcome.uwo.ca/message. And if you want to learn more about what it's like to be a current Western student, you can follow us on our Instagram at ChooseWesternU. Thank you for joining me today and good luck on your journey to university.